everyone, it's Anna here at Dees coming at you during the 2019 fall season with another tutorial on something beautiful you can make yourself for your home. It's one of our accent bows. I know we've showed you these for the past few years because they're so popular and easy to make, and they make your home just look perfect for the season. It's a great way to add a touch of fall or Halloween or Christmas that then you can change out as soon as the holiday's over. So the pick I chose is this beautiful fall pick that's kind of got berries and leaves all on it. And these work so well because then you just need one pick because it comes with everything on there that gives you that nice textured look. So you want to start by just fluffing out your stem. So kind of move some, it's going to hang this way if you hang it like on a pumpkin or a lantern. So you want to leave most of it going the way that it does on the stem, but you do want to bring a little bit to the top. Or in this case, when you're holding it to the bottom. So just bring a little bit of it that direction and then fluff out the rest of the stem. Now you're ready to chop off this. So you don't want to chop off the entire stem all the way up at the top. You can kind of see there'll be like a little bit of a hump where the stems end, where everything's wired together, and you want to go around there because if you go any shorter, it's going to fall apart. So just go on and chop that off with some wire cutters. And now you're ready to add your ribbon. So I set this aside and work on my ribbon and add that in a minute. So I chose two different ribbons. I chose a 2.5 inch traditional fall plaid, very pretty, all the colors in there. And I also chose a 1.5 moss green dot ribbon. And this one's super popular for us because you can put it with neutrals and not add any color if you like that whitewash fall look, or you can add it back in with the traditional colors of fall. So you're gonna start with your wider one, hold it in your hand and leave yourself a little tail going upwards. And so that's gonna be the part that kind of goes up on the pumpkin or a flagpole. So you wanna kind of decide how long you want it by holding it up to whatever you're adding it to. So on a lantern like this big one here, you're gonna leave it a little longer. On this pumpkin, you might not need it so long. So normally it's about 6 inches. You're just gonna grab it in between your fingers and make yourself a couple loops just like you're doing a normal bow. You don't need them to be too big, just about 4 or 5 inches across like that. And then once you're done with those 2 loops of this one, you're gonna cut it. So the part that hangs down is the part that's gonna come down the lantern or down the little pumpkin. So again, if you're doing it on a lantern, you might wanna leave it a little bit longer. On a pumpkin or a flag, you won't need as much. So go on and cut that. And then you're gonna add your green right on top. You're not gonna wire yet, you're just gonna take the green, again, right on top of where you're holding in your fingers, pinch it, leave your tail going up that way. Make a couple more loops. And on this ribbon, it's really important that you do twist it in your hand because one side is plain. So go on and make your next loop. Leave your little bit coming down there. And while you're holding the bow, just grab a piece of cloth covered wire. We use this for everything, especially bows, because you can cut it with scissors. It's really nice and flexible. You're gonna lay that right in the middle where you're holding everything and pull it to the back. So you could go on and tie this in a knot and attach it to your bow, especially if you're doing a summer look and you have bright ribbons and then you wanna change it for neutral, because then you can twist your bow off of your stem and change it out. But since this is fall and I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna leave this open and go on and put my stem in there too before I tie it. So the place you wanna tie it is right where some of the stems went up towards me and some of them went down. So right where they all kind of meet right in there is where you wanna attach it. You don't wanna just attach it to the top part here because it'll slide off. So you wanna get some of the branches going up and some going down. So just lay your bow right on top of that. Turn it around the back and you're ready to tie it in a double knot. All right, and then you don't want to cut this off because that's what you're going to use to attach it to whatever you're putting it on. So now I'm ready to fluff it out and cut my tails. So whenever I fluff it out like this, I always want to bring the berries back to the front, bring the leaves back to the front, and then that doesn't make it look like you've just added a bow on top of something. So I've got it all nice and fluffed. And now I'm ready to just cut those little tails, fold that in half, snip them, and that gives you that pretty dovetail. And then don't forget those little ones at the top. And this really just helps it look really finished. If you leave them raw like that, it gives it an unfinished look. Go on and snip this one too. And now you're ready to add it on. And these are so easy. What we like them for is, of course, adding it to a pumpkin. Look how pretty that is. It gives it a nice big topper. Always add it to a lantern. You could do it up here. You could even do it right here in the middle of this beautiful dried wreath. Look how pretty that is. The other great thing about these is you can put them on like a bookcase. So say this is on say your buffet or your bookcase in your living room or your kitchen island. Look how pretty that is, just tucked right there. And then you could make 6 or 7 of them and put them all across your living room, and they all match, and it will just give it a nice, pretty fall look. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing more videos all through the fall and also for Christmas.